I just kind of wanted to set the scene for what you're about to see here. Basically, I'm out on a piece of public land in Oklahoma with my bow and arrow. It's the rut. It's early November, and I run across this giant of a buck. You know, I think the deer is 180, 190. A few of my friends said he might go 200. I don't think he's that big, but he is a really big deer. And I actually got on him for quite a while on the public land, and he ends up going across the road and going over to some private land. He goes out there and lays down. I pull up my Onyx maps. Bam! I know the farmer. I call him. He says, go for it. And so the rest is kind of history. All day, I think it was like 11 hours. I text my wife early in the morning and said, hey, I'm on a giant. I'm probably going to be out here all day. She said, have at it. And that was my cue to stay on that deer all day long. All right. Love you. All right, bye. She knew I was talking about her. That's why she called. I'll be putting videos up as often as I possibly can. And God bless, and we'll see you at the end of the video. Now that's a big one. I'm waiting on this buck to lay down. He just got off this public place and got onto a piece of private. I just text the guy. Normally he lets me hunt. I think he's gonna let me. And if he will, I'm gonna let this deer bed and I'm gonna go put a stalk on him. So we'll see what happens. That deer's big. Golly, he's got me all shook up. He's got a Christmas tree on his head. He's about 70 yards, but all I can see is his head and his antlers. Every time a car drives by, he gets up and runs over the ways and lays back down. Then he'll stand halfway up and look around. This deer's super smart. He's right up there by that far sunflower, about 56 yards. I've never been this shaken up on a deer in my life. I actually watched this deer walk across public, get onto this private piece of grass that butts up to the public. I called the farmer, I got permission, and now I'm all the way into about 56 yards, so hopefully I get the shot on video with my GoPro, but I had to leave the big camera back. There's no way I'd be able to drag it through these weeds without him hearing me. There's 2 or 3 other small bucks in here and a doe, and I don't know where they are. So stay with me and let's see occasionally stands up and walks where there's 6-foot tall weeds and I can't get a shot. Got him. I got him. I got him. I got him. I got him. Go down, baby. The only thing I can think is he was 45 yards instead of 40. But I'm going to keep my eye on him. My battery's dying. So I was in the field with that deer for, I believe it was 11 hours. If you notice that mask I had on that had the little deals around my eyes here and around my mouth, I was actually sunburned like crazy the following day. I didn't even realize it. Like I said, my camera died, so I didn't get any of this on film. But I ended up stepping off to where the deer actually slid and ran. The rangefinder told me, I believe it was 40 or 41 yards. I believe it was 40. Right at 40 yards was the tallest weed just this side of him. And from my bow to where his scratch marks were in the dirt, it was 51 yards, okay? Rangefinder said 40. I know excuses, but I thought the deer was 40 yards. I held for 40. And I think if you watch again, right at the last second that arrow starts diving, I'm assuming it hits weeds and just dives even more. It hits something. I think it hit his leg because there was a little bit of hair on the ground. Zero blood. I talked to different people and they'd come up to me and they're like, man, I seen this big giant buck, had points sticking everywhere. And, you know, I played stupid. And I'm like, oh, really? That's cool. You know, I never seen nothing that big. But they seen the deer. A good friend of mine seen the deer one other time also. And I never seen the deer again. Not one time. There's always next year. And I guess better luck next time. So that was a heartbreaker. So anyway, as always, thank God for everything you got. God bless all you guys. And have a good day. I'm out of here.